Hey everyone, Matt here from Overland Travelers. So a few weeks ago I did a video about filming basics from when you're out touring. Some of you really liked some of the tips, so I thought I would do a follow-up about some of the editing basics that I think will really help make your travel films more engaging and easier for your audience to watch. A video really is made in the edit, and even if you have some really good footage, it can all fall down with a bad, distracting or clunky edit. So my first tip for your edit actually has nothing to do with the footage, but the sound. So choosing the right music for your video is crucial. It sets the tone and pace. The soundtrack will usually inform people how they should feel. If it's a relaxing, slow morning around camp with the sun rising and the golden colors with bird noise, then a relaxing acoustic track should probably accompany it. Or if it's a more tense moment, then you want the music to suit. Music can convey any range of emotion, from levity to sadness to something that's awe-inspiring. So here are some examples of moments that require an epic, ponderous track. If your track doesn't suit the mood, then already the audience won't know how they should feel. Holly and I sometimes spend a very long time searching through hundreds of songs just to find one that we're looking for. But where can you get license-free music that won't get your video copyrighted on YouTube? Well, there are a few paid subscriptions. For example, we use Epidemic Sound, but because this will be more for beginners, we'll look into the best free option. So YouTube has its own library of license-free music that's totally free in YouTube Studio. It can still take a while to find the song you need, so spend plenty of time doing it. Another quick tip we have found for sound that has really helped with not just the pacing of our videos, but also to help them feel less clunky, is to round off your sound. So rounding off your sound is when you cut the footage of your clip, but the sound slowly fades out beyond that cut. Here is an example. For us, we find it distracting if you cut the clip, but also the sound with it. This is really apparent when you go from a loud scene to a quiet one. It's just a small thing, but we find it really helps, and often editing is all about the small tweaks that accumulate into a more professional edit. You probably don't need to round your sound off for every single clip, but as I said, it's just good for those clips that go from a loud scene to a quiet one. So, in regards to actually editing your footage, the story is king. Now, sometimes creating a story out of your trip can be quite hard. I wouldn't expect the story to necessarily be some epic documentary style video that has a profound subject, but rather a video that is logical in that it has a beginning, middle, and end. So instead of just having a compilation of nice shots, you need moments supplemented through that to ground the situation. A few shots of how you got there, or an explanation. It just needs to make logical sense. For example, don't have the video jump from day to night with no explanation or no B-roll in between. If you watched my last video I did on film basics, then hopefully you will have more B-roll to help you tell the story, which could just be your day on the road. Another quick tip is just housekeeping. Make sure your footage is set out and stored logically. We might go into more detail when we talk about our workflow, but what we basically do is sort our footage into separate folders for each camera. It just makes it easier to get your head around it all when you're doing the edit. And please, 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 try and have a backup. It would just be horrible to lose all your memories of your trips. Finally, in regards to editing programs, there are some good free options. If you have a Mac, iMovie can be a great place to start. If you want to upgrade to a more professional software like Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro, which is what we use, I'd suggest that you just really learn the ins and outs of the program. There are so many small things to learn to improve your edit. If you have been wanting to learn more editing, a great place to do this is Skillshare. For the people interested in the content of this video and you want to learn, Skillshare offers thousands of online courses taught by professionals. The lessons are set out in a logical format and they don't usually go longer than half an hour, so there are a lot of different classes on editing and how to improve it. But honestly, there are so many more things you can learn. Both Holly and I have watched Geordie Vanderput's videos on editing basics with Premiere Pro. So if you're looking for someone to learn some basics, please check out that. The first 1,000 people who use the link in my description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare Premium. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that quick video, and more importantly, I hope it had a few helpful little tidbits. If you did have any questions about what you want me to cover next, or just general questions, feel free to comment below. In other news for us, we have had to cancel our trip to SA with a recent COVID outbreak in Sydney. But it looks like we could be doing the Madigan line in the Simpson Desert, which will be a really challenging trip, but I think we can pull it off and get some amazing footage. It just looks amazing there. So we'll see you in the next one, and cheers for watching.